at the stop sign, guys, do not stop at it. I want everyone to stay together, nose to tail as one group. Alright, we're going to the big autocross course. We'll be showing you the course, but first I'm going to start you off in the pit area. Now, we're going to use the pit area for a couple different reasons, alright? I'm just going to stop over here on the right side of the road. Everyone pull up behind me. While we're out there lapping the course during the session, you might run into some slower traffic, and that's fine. Alright, there's going to be slower traffic. That's okay. We're not going to get on to the guys that are running slower just because that's their comfort level. But what we will do is we will use the pit area to get you by that slower traffic. If we call you into the pit, it's a lot shorter course to go through the pits and back out onto the straightaway and get you around that slower traffic than it is to go around the entire course. If that's the case, if you find slower traffic on the course, don't back away from them. Don't let off. We want you to stay within about 2 or 3 car lengths of them. Alright? We'll call you into the pit. When we call you into the pit, keep your speed up. Alright? Don't slow down. Stay to the left side of the road. That's going to be our flyby lane, the left lane. Alright? And you'll carry that speed all the way down to that very sharp corner ahead of us. And I'll talk about that again here in a moment. But right now, I'm going to talk about what else we're going to use the pits for. If you get out on the course and you start to feel fatigued or nauseous or you need a break for any reason, feel free to pull into the pits. But if you're pulling in on your own just to take a break, get the car over here on the right side of the road where we're sitting now and stop. And then the instructor who is controlling traffic will take notice whenever you're ready. You can just give him a signal. He'll take notice of it and he'll get you back out on the course. So the right lane is sitting and stopping for a break. Left lane is flybys. Keep your speed up on the flybys. Go ahead and follow me, guys. I'll talk about this very sharp corner ahead. Now earlier you heard me say keep your speed up coming into the pits, and that's exactly what I mean. I mean bring some speed in here. But when you get down to this very sharp corner here, you're going to have to hit the brakes, and you're going to have to hit them hard. Alright, so you will have to do a speed adjustment eventually. You'll have to get the car slowed way down because this is a very, very sharp corner, and just off the edge of the road there's a huge ditch. So make sure that you are not timid with the brake pedal. Also, always assume you have to stop at the green cones, guys. Never assume it's okay to pull back out on the course on your own. I'm going to be controlling traffic for this session, so I'll be telling you guys when to pull back out on course. If there's any question whatsoever whether I've said, okay, it's clear for you to go, just stop at the green cones. I'd rather repeat myself than you pull out in front of somebody and get T-boned. Alright? With that being said, everybody follow me. Now when you pull out on the course, guys, you're going to pull right out onto the straightaway. And everybody knows what to do on the straightaway. Accelerate, right? Big power all the way down. But we want you to go ahead and get over here on the right side of the road. Passenger side tires should be on that white line the entire length of the straightaway. Eyes all the way down to the end of the straightaway. You're going to get up into third gear as soon as you pull out of the pits. Alright, redlining those gears out. And up ahead you'll see 3 red, then 2 red, then 1 red braking cone. For this exercise, guys, we're going to start braking at the 3 marker. Alright? On that long straight, you're going to be way above, well, not way above, but you're going to be over 100 miles an hour, probably 110. If you're really on the ball, you're probably going to get up to about 115. So, when you go to the brake pedal, at the 3 marker, slam it, alright? Initial input should be the hardest. Get the car slowed down. Hold the brake pedal down. You should be able, once you get to the blue turning cone, you should have had all your downshifts done, and you should be able to smoothly start releasing the brake. The head should already be turned to the left, looking in that direction, and then you'll follow with your hands. Now, with that being said, guys, there is a possibility that someone might blow this corner, meaning they don't brake enough and they can't make the corner onto the skid pad. That shouldn't be the case, since I've already told you where to brake, the 3 marker, alright, and I've already told you how hard to brake, hard. Alright, nobody should blow this corner, but if you do, do not stop on course. Do not try and back up on course. That's very unsafe. Just continue around the perimeter of the skid pad on the long sweeping corner there. There'll be an instructor down here that will guide you back onto track when it's safe. All right, but do not stop. Do not try and back up and get back on the course. All right. So at this point, we should have our downshift done. Our head should be looking to the left, and then we'll follow our eyes with our hands. Turning onto the skid pad, and then we can accelerate onto the skid pad pretty aggressively, guys. But then we have to get on the brakes hard, doing a speed adjustment before we actually start steering to the left around the pad. Alright? Once you do your speed adjustment, you cannot accelerate around the skid pad. It just won't work. It's all about patience and maintenance throttle, just maintaining speed. You will have to respect these M5s, guys. They have 560 horsepower, and in MDM mode, that high amount of horsepower can overpower the DSC. It will let you spin out. Don't rely on DSC. Alright? Be gentle with the throttle. Then as we start to exit the skid pad, we can start to apply power, but we want to be gradual with it. Rolling on power. Again, treat these M5s with respect. Alright? They will spin the tires and you'll spin out with a quickness, and we don't want that. So gradually apply throttle as we leave the skid pad. You might get up to half throttle before you get on the brakes hard to slow the car down for the next corner. By the time you get to the blue turning, again, you should be able to smooth release the pedal. We'll look to the right, and then we'll steer to the right, down to the yellow apex cone, but we're going to compromise the exit, keeping the car to the right side of the road. There's a reason for that. First of all, it gives us a better entry to the left-hander that's next, alright? It gives us a wide arc through there, a good radius, alright? Secondly, after we get turned in here and down to our yellow cone, you'll notice that we're cresting a hill here and going onto a section of pavement that kind of falls away from the tires. Now, as you exit off this corner, first of all, you want to make your run as straight as possible towards the track out cone. Secondly, we want to gradually apply power, because as you crest that hill, the suspension is going to unload, and if you're hard on the throttle, the car is going to get squirrely there. The back end's going to kick out, you could potentially spin out, which is what we don't want to do. So we're accelerating hard down the straight at this point. We've let the car track all the way out to the right side of the road. We're going to go up into third gear briefly before we're on the brakes hard, and then downshifting again back into second gear. This corner is just exactly how you worked on it this morning. Everything is going to be the same that Allie taught you. Alright, we're going to be looking for the same things that Allie taught you. Just a reminder, you're not going to want to wait to brake later than right before the 2 marker, alright? You won't be able to make this corner otherwise. So, start out braking early. You can kind of move the braking point a little forward. But remember, as you go faster, the braking point always moves farther back. Alright, the more speed we carry, the sooner and the harder we have to hit the pedal as in the braking zone. So at this point, braking should be finished, downshifting should be finished, our head should be looking to the left, and we'll follow our eyes with our hands, steering into the corner, and then accelerating away. Never accelerate as you add steering, only as you're taking steering away. A little brush of the brake here for our left-hand dog leg. Then as we exit out the dog leg, we're back on the power briefly before the most important corner on the track. I call it the most important corner on the track because it leads onto the longest straightaway on the track. What you want to do there is almost overslow the car at 3 or 4 miles an hour to ensure a good turn-in. Now, right behind me, you're not even in my tire tracks. All right, I want everybody right in my tire tracks. It's too late to do it now, but there's a reason for that. You want to make sure that you get right beside the yellow cone. Anywhere else, if you're 4 foot to the right, you're in the wrong place on the track, guys. I want you within inches of this yellow cone. What that does is it ensures that you get a good run off the corner straight towards your blue track out cone. Alright? Once you're passing by that yellow apex cone, then you can start to squeeze on the throttle, accelerating away, letting the car track out to the right side of the road. We shouldn't see anyone driving down the middle of the straightaway or even 6 feet over from the right side of the road. I want you all the way over to the right as you go down through here, revving those gears out, second into third, third into fourth. Passenger side tires on that white line the entire entire length of the straight, eyes looking all the way down to the end of the straightaway. And then we're going to be on the brakes hard at the 3 marker, guys. Remember that. I've already told you where to brake and how hard to. Big brakes, initial input to hardest. 4th gear down to 3rd. 3rd down to 2nd. By the blue turning cone, we should be able to smoothly release the pedal. Our head should be turned to the left already. We'll follow our eyes with our hands. Follow me, gang. I'm gonna pick up the pace a little bit. Accelerate onto the skid pad, but then do a big speed adjustment before you actually start steering left. Once you start steering left, you get your speed adjustment finished. It's maintenance throttle around that split surface until you're exiting off the pad, and then you want to be gradual on the throttle. Big brakes for the compromise corner. Remember, keep the car to the right side of the road as you exit the first right-hander. That gives you a better entry and a better exit into the left-hander leading onto the front straightaway. Big power down the straightaway as we let the car track out. 2nd into 3rd gear briefly before we brake hard and gear back down into 2nd. This corner is exactly how Allie told you this morning and taught you guys on. We're going to be looking for the same thing. Big brakes for the left-hand dog bone or dog leg there. Then back to the power briefly before we're on the brakes hard for the most important corner on the track. Remember, make sure you're right beside that yellow apex cone before you start to accelerate out of the corner. Big power down the straight as we let the car track out. Passenger side tires on the white line. 2nd into 3rd, 3rd into 4th. And then big brakes at the 3 marker. Get the car slowed down. 4th into 3rd, 3rd into 2nd. Hook left, steer left. Smooth release of the pedal right before. Accelerate onto the pad before you brake hard. Do your speed adjustment before you actually start steering around this slick surface, guys. I cannot stress enough how slick it is out here and how lenient MDM mode is. It will let you spin out, so you have to respect these cars. At this time, I'm going to lead you into the pit. There's one way and one way only to enter the pit area. I'll repeat that. One way and one way only to enter the pit area if I call you in, and that's through these 2 red cones. If I call you in, you keep the car on the left side of the road, keep your speed up. If you come in on your own, pull the car over to the right side of the road and stop. For now, everyone pull over here to the right side of the road, pull right up behind me, and then stop for me. And what we have over here is Johan and Tommy. They're going to get some demo rides to alleviate some of the more common problems that we see. Not only are they going to alleviate some of those more common problems, but they'll reiterate some things that I've already told you. Looks like that Tommy and Johan are going to grab one of those cars and